Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Cole here talking. Yeah, so we've gotten into Civilization. I'm still busy with the campaign of Gilgamesh. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't spoken about quite recently. Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions probably coming through about what's happening with the civics and things like that, whether you choose what governments and things like that that you want to play as. Quite frankly, I'll go through a few of the basics with you, but I think it should be quite reasonable to say that it is a kind of self-explanatory if you have got the mindset of someone that has played previous Civilization games. If you haven't, then I'll just talk you through it and then we'll see how far we can get in it now. Alright, 1645 AD, BC, definitely not that. It's definitely 1645. Alright, load game, cool. Yep, that looks like me, more people. Okay, unfortunately, guys, we didn't do a recording of when I overtook France. Yeah, France was kind of whitewashed by me. I didn't waste any time getting rid of them. They kept on denouncing me and everything like that. Although, you will see that I have unlocked certain countries such as France, not France, Britain, Japan, and I think it was Spain, if I'm not too sure. I can't remember actually, but I have unlocked about 3 other nations. And they've all denounced me as a warmonger. Well, I think that is part of the plan, that I really want to become a dominating factor of the game. So yeah, I want to try and win on that grounds, which I'm not too sure is quite frankly the most easiest way to win. So that is why I decided to choose that one, because there's a lot of gameplay things that you need to do. I will try and win games that are based on either cultural or religious factors, but we'll move on to that as slowly as surely. But hopefully I'll see what I can do with regards to that in future videos or whatever. So without further ado, let's go into the game and then I'll see what I can hit up with later on. Okay, let's wait for this shit to boot up. The one thing about Civilization that I don't like is really the fact that you have to wait the whole freaking time over here for this thing to boot up until he's finished talking and said his sermon, which you heard like nearly a dozen times already. But unfortunately, that's the perks of the game. You can't get everything 100%. You are going to have a few things that are going to irritate you. So yeah, anyway, he must have stopped talking by now. So cool. Alright, so that's what the city looks like now. My country, as you can see, I've taken over Marseille, Nantes, Rouen, Lyon, Paris, Moi. Okay, Stockholm, but practically the whole continent has been taken over by me, so it is very positive since the last time that I was playing this game. So I mean, like, it's kind of cool. Alright, things that I should actually come to make noteworthy was about the envoys. Alright, can you see, envoys are generally things that unlock certain things. So at a certain amount of envoys, you get a certain abilities and you can make requests or have certain amounts of influence in a certain place. So can you see where the 6666333, you need to send envoys over there. When envoys become available, you can easily manipulate them and see which one has got the best, how should I say, advantage to you. Like you see, it'll add science in every campus district, production in every encampment district, industrial zone. So really, I've kind of pushed up my industrialism quite a lot, because Toronto and Brussels have both increased my industrial zone. So every time you get an envoy, use them to your advantage and kind of put them in the places where they're most needed and where you can actually gain the most, whatever, experience or advantage to your civilization. That is the whole thing about Civilization. It's not just about researching and destroying your enemy, but also at the same time you also want to have some sort of cultural influence over whatever you have, over other people, cultural, religious, whatever the case might be. Yeah, okay, let's see. That was city-states. Now, city-states are quite different from empires. City-states are like your smaller states, like Stockholm, Seoul, Toronto, Utasa. They like independent states. Let's try and make it simpler. France once had Normandy and all those places like that. So Normandy and Burgundy and all that. That is what you will call your city-states. They are like your independent powers that form part of a certain continent or country that will probably most likely unify if they got the chance. But right now I'm trying to block them from unifying, or they will probably come into my state if I show enough influence and control over them. Okay, let's go back to trade routes. Okay, trade routes, yes, they have their advantages. Obviously you would like to get some sort of gold from them. Yes, gold is good, but also food will also increase production as well sometimes. Yes. I haven't really done much of trading with other people because mainly everybody thinks I'm a warmonger, so they're not really quite friendly towards me, let's put it that way. Okay, so England is leading in a science victory. That's one of the victories that you can get. Japan is leading in a cultural victory. In domination, I am kind of leading like way above everybody else. So yeah, I've barely got any science or culture or religion. So yeah, my goal in this next few videos, I'm gonna try and see if I can't get a second kind of victory on my way of something, to see if I can like almost like overkill everything. My score, Gilgamesh, that's your score. So your score is the overall achievements of what you have done. If you're new to civilization, your overall achievements is how big your cities are, how your production goes, how your trade networks are, your army capacity, your population size, how modernized are your cities, how good your production is, etc, etc. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. Now there is something that I would like to actually show and get everyone's attention. Okay, firstly you got a government. Okay, fine. In government sometimes, right, so you get your policies. Let's start with this. Okay, so policies, obviously you get, as you research governments, you get slots, like say for instance, yeah, well, I don't have the goal to kind of change anything, so yeah, anyway, these slots here, it depends on what your current situation is. So I was at war, so I had a professional army slot where I made a 50% discount on unit upgrades, because all the time my units were getting upgraded because they were winning battles. You win battles, you gain experience, more chance of you getting upgraded. City defense, strength plus city defense, range strength, excellence. I knew that I had some sort of defense for my cities because my army was quite heavily stretched at the time and they were all just attacking all over the place on its borders. So to make sure that in case push comes to shove that I was chucked out of another country or whatever, I would have some sort of defense mechanism so that I could build up an army within my borders and see if I can't fight the army back or whatever. Economics, you get different kinds of things, but it depends on what's your whole modus operandi is in the game. If you are out to make money, then obviously you're going to choose things with making money. If you are after winning like a political warfare or something in culture or science, then you're going to use more or less the wild card and stuff like that to generate culture and religion. You know, so it's a whole lot of things over there. That's your policies, so you can get that going. Governments, new governments, right? Well, I cannot even do anything over here, but there again, you unlock governments from time to time. And right now I'm on theocracy. The best thing is to make sure that you do not really go back to a previous government which did not work for you, because the people will therefore complain and it will kind of end up being like a revolution of some sort. So if that does happen, I'm telling you right now, you are looking for some serious trouble within your government or in your country, as that will lead to anarchy of some sort. So we really do not want to do that. If your people are more open to trying out new things and new policies and things like that, so yes, it helps changing policies, but sometimes also don't be too in a rush to change policies, because that can actually end up being quite a negative in the long run, as changing too many times could actually lead up to your people wondering, what the heck are we doing? Why are we not stable or anything like that? So you really need some sort of stability in your gameplay, and you will start reaping the benefits over a much longer period of time than just chopping and changing between communism, fascism, democracy, theocracy, oligarchy, autocracy, or classical republic, or whatever the thing might be. For a long time, I was a merchant republic because I needed money to fund my wars, so therefore I was getting discounts on gold purchases and I was getting extra trade routes at the same time. So yes, that was helping. Um, and also when I had a monarchy, it was during the middle stages of my growth period of my civilization. That meant that I didn't have a housing problem. But once you see that you start changing government policies and things like that, you'll find that certain things will suffer eventually over time, and other things won't suffer. Some things will improve and other things will suffer, and some things will just stay in balance right through. It's just a matter of using it around figuring out policies and stuff like that, and you should be quite fine and a safe way. Okay, so my country has just come out of war with France. Yes. Now what I am noticing is that she's come out of war, but in other words, she has somewhat needed a kind of like a repowering period to get her back on her feet. So there's a lot of unproduced land, unworked land and things like that, because I was conquering at really a fast pace and stuff like that. So yeah, not really a good idea to conquer at a fast pace, but you must realize that also conquering at a fast pace will also get a lot. You actually get a lot of advantages and things like that. Well, looks like Japan is quite happy with me. Okay, well, this one says, well, I don't think they quite like me over there, but Japan, well, I've been denounced. Yeah, well, okay, I see why. Okay, I see why, because he's also being denounced by England, so that's why. Yeah, the modern era. Okay, so cool. So now we're gonna choose a new research. Now, fishing boats improvement, all neighboring bulking, navigate ocean tiles. Castles, we don't need that. Chemistry, science, ironworking, unlock swordsman. No, what we actually need to do is make a navy, because right now currently everybody else is on another continent. Yep. And having people on another continent ain't good if you can't cross to get there. So yeah. Hold on, is Japan like an island or what? No, she's on a different continent. Okay, that's not bad. But anyway, yeah. Alright, so what we need to do right now is kinda like build some more builders. And yeah, we seriously need to start picking up the pace here. This is not good. Not good at all. Not good, not good, not good, not good. We're losing money. Expenses 71 from units, 47 from cities. Income is 106, which is a total of income straight from cities. Only for cities income. We need traders, dude. Traders, and by saying we need traders, we need them like damn seriously. So yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Alright. There's a lot of crop growing and everything like that, which is good, substantial. Right, you know what, I'm just gonna put you guys on freaking alerts and everything. Let's get back into the borders, yeah. You know, guys, just like really bastards here. Okay, Marcel is doing quite well. She has got a lot of resources around us, so we will try and expand our borders as fast as possible. Okay, we've got a builder. Alright, so builder, what can we build nearby? Okay, well, I can't buy that. So let's try and harvest some of the resources that we've got over here. Like stone, you can kind of harvest it and everything like that, which will actually improve your financial status a lot, because you need to sell it or whatever like that. You can reap it and okay. Some of my guys are really getting obsolete, like my workforce. Not my workforce, my soldiers are getting quite obsolete and stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to seriously think of improving them before I even make any attempt to head over to the other side. So we've got a couple of turns, we've got another 250 turns, so that should be good. We're in the modern era now, things are running quite smoothly and everything like that, so I doubt there should be any problem or issue with that. Funny, Paris belongs to Sumeria. Cool, eh? Yeah. Yeah, guys, just don't try doing this at home. Smoking while playing games. Ha ha ha. Yes, many of you will do it. Okay, but anyway, see, the problem that I'm having over here is there's a lot of uncultivated land, so I'm gonna have to start buying tiles and I'm gonna have to invest. But right now, I really seriously need to develop traders. Because if I can get trade routes going with these independent states, that would be a marvel, because then I can just flood these states here with trade routes and everything and just growing money. So yeah. Okay, my musketman, I'm just gonna tell you to be on alert. You just go over there, man. Yeah. Oh, what the hell I created? Oh, marble, that's why I created. Oh, and we've got some. Oh yes, and we've got oil. That's why I created you. Now I see. Yeah. Okay. Utasa, bombard, like he's stuck in the ocean. Okay, well he can't get out. Shame. I'm gonna have to just delete him, and I'm not really worried about that. What I'm looking over here is actually freaking horses, man. We've got some sheep over there. Okay. Some places need houses. 6 mules. This is 8 quests. Constructing encampments. Okay, cool. Right. I'm just gonna put you guys on freaking alert here. Let's check production. Okay, right now what I really need is a trader. Remember I said traders and builders and traders. We need builders and traders. That's what we need. So if I can start picking up field cannon. Right, we'll just place you on the borders here. Yeah, the thing is, I would really like to get amenities. I cannot quite purchase items with gold, purchase with bait. Field cannon, like, stay over there. Stay over there, no. Alert. Right, purchase with bait. Okay, no. You can only purchase units with bait. Purchase tile. No, I don't want to purchase tile. Let me get out of there. Okay, 3 turns until completed. So they'll have a sewer soon. Most of my places will have sewers soon, so we are actually upgrading to the modern era. Cool. Quite frankly, I really need traders. Culture rate is not really growing at all.
Hours later.
And right now it's just about improving things and everything. It's going to take a bit of a while to carry on with this, but yeah. Whenever you take over a city or a civilization, you've got to make sure that you do not destroy everything, otherwise their place will be totally useless to you. So basic tech maneuver is that you go after a city, you take it over, but do not plan on destroying most of its garrisons and forts and things like that, because you might actually end up needing them and trying to salvage whatever is left, because that really helps. Try not killing too much of the population like I have done here to France. That is not really good. Yeah, because it just takes a bit longer to build up everything, and right now the populations are quite low. They're still young cities, but still I shouldn't have done that to them, because Paris was sitting on 8 if I can remember the last time. And now she is sitting on 3 after I went to war with her, so most of the population has been killed off or whatever. So it's something to keep in mind. Do not kill off everybody, because quite frankly it might not be the best solution to winning a war. Yeah, I don't own that tile yet. I don't own those ones either. Okay. Alright. Thought I could use you there, but quite frankly I can't, and I'm gonna use you there or there. So I'm just gonna have to wait for some more bucks to come in. Right, but we can start harvesting that. I'll send you there. Alright, so yeah, quite a lot going on over here. I see some of the places can't even move anywhere because of the fact that I've taken over most of the land. So once my cultural influence starts waning on them, it should be. Here we go, great writer. Recruits. True production. Oh, good. Oh my word, I didn't know that Jane Austen was a man. Jane Austen ain't a man. That's the thing. It's a woman. She don't Pride and Prejudice. So now I've got like a male Jane Austen, man. Dude, if you want to tell us you will be bi or whatever, man, you get to Civilization, you can like kind of like tell us straight out, man. No use hiding the thinking, well, fact that, okay, fine, the world is changing with this whole manner of, like, you know, I don't know, but I mean, like, seriously, a male Jane Austen, the least you could have done in Civilization 6 is to make sure that if it's a female that is coming out, make it look womanly. Now I've got a male Jane Austen running all over the place. Male Jane Austen with a penis, imagine. Man, that would be an insult, man. And I loved her books. Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Sense and Sensibility. What is the other one? Some other place, I don't know. Mansfield, whatever, Mansfield Park or something. But I read quite a few of her books, so I'm quite screwed up with that. No, man, if they had told me that they were going to put Jane Austen in this game, at least make her female, man. Like, you got all the Sean Bean and everything right, but Jane Austen, a male Jane Austen, just don't sit well with me, man. This is kind of disturbing. Okay.
The lowest is to attack a city. Siege of a city is only done as a last resort.
Imagine I've been sieging cities and... Okay, we've got another envoy. Two envoys to Kabul. Alright, so we... Yeah. So my influence is crying over people. Yeah. Cool. You see, the thing is, with me, I'm just having fun with the envoys right now, but sometimes when it comes to a real tactical hard game, this is the first mission of Civilization, so I mean that should be quite easy to manipulate the formula of sending your envoys. But I mean, as it comes to more tactical things and everything, you're obviously going to want to send envoys to the most strongest nations that you see around you. So quite frankly, if I were you, I would sit down and evaluate the people as much as possible to the last detail of how good their strength is, what are their relationships with everybody. Because look, you see, the thing is, look at this. I'm denounced, okay?
No, you're just going to be denounced by everyone because you're such, like, committed to so much war.
Yeah, I know. Yes, okay, fine. I might be a warmonger and everything. They might not like me, but I'm not on their continent, so yeah, like cool, as long as I stay on my continent, I'm alright. Wait until I start building ships, then you're gonna fucking denounce me, bitch. But the time is not right. Like in the words of Gaius Julius Caesar, we strike when the time is right. Mark Antony was always ambitious, he said, and when exactly will that be? Julius Caesar said, when the time is right. So, we just wait. So, yeah, we've got them.
Church and state, soul and body, God and man,
Another wonder.
are all one. Said Michel.
I've got about
And the
2
business
now
of
in
all
my
is to fight,
civilization.
each in his own way, but to stand guard for each other.
It's actually quite nice.
Everything has its limit. Iron ore cannot be educated into gold.
You know, that is the most truthful, honest saying I've ever heard. But also in this modern age, it is total bullshit because iron ore, which is practically the trades, can be converted into gold. So, yeah, Mark Twain was in another generation of science. So, yeah, you gotta kind of like,
I think it's a bit of
yeah.
It's like you can't keep something
Mm.
from the area now suddenly you understand more. I think the whole thing is branching out. I think it's growing out.
Yeah. Machinery, lumber mill, crossbowman, excellent. Now that we can get lumber mills, now I can utilize all this freaking forest. Okay, medieval walls. Well, medieval age is now over. What we really need now we got cars, dude. See that? Cars. Trade routes. Modern era.
I'd imagine the whole world as one big machine. Machines never come with any spare parts, you know. They always come with the exact amount they need.
Printing. Cool. That's nice. Yeah. I'm sorry if my research does not quite go according to how should I say history actually went through, but yeah, District to wander with a free slot with a proper great work type. Oh, okay. Beginning to think now. Bloody hell, the whole France is Catholic. All France Catholic. I'm gonna have to change my state religion, dude. Great works, display spaces. What? Culture, faith, tourism. I have no idea what it is. Okay, I'll just keep that great person over there. But what I want are these wheat fields. So, no, can't get them yet. Right, I need more land. Honestly, I seriously need more land. So yeah. Nine more terms until border growth. Yeah. The borders grow over time. It is actually the schlep about everything, but they do grow. Yeah. Okay, got a boulder. Excellent. That boulder can go over there and hit that part for us. Yeah, that boulder can go and hit that part there for us. Jane Austen cannot possibly create some sort of great work for us right now, which is kinda it's kinda unfortunate. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to do some more research on this thing. Now it keeps on saying I must create. Okay. Recruits.
This musician is inspired by our civilization and has come to our land to create great musical works. I suggest we find somewhere to house these masterpieces immediately.
Okay, we go to Paris. The Colosseum. That's what he wants, is more culture. Colosseum will be coming up shortly. An aqueduct. Perfect. Production. Market. Right. Who is offering gold for us? These 24, partridge 24. 8 stock openings. Toronto. Not bad for IGF. I said you should go to Paris, now why the hell aren't you here at Paris? Okay, cool. Alright, next turn. Okay. Now can you please tell me why you ain't doing your thing? Okay. You can sleep here. You can sleep here. Paris. Let's make Paris nice. I hate to say, but I've actually got a thing for Paris. I like Paris. Even Hitler didn't want to destroy Paris, the Eiffel Tower. The French hated the tower, Eiffel Tower, what they call it, Eiffel Tower or something. And Hitler just said, but it looks nice.
They hate the fact that it's the one stop everyone wants to go to. Like, why there?
Why to the Eiffel Tower? Everybody just and everybody hates that thing.
Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I know. It's a famous in France. I actually hate the Eiffel Tower.
So yes, here's the square there. We'll start building up Paris again once more, and France. I want to actually stop being known as a warmonger and devote myself to culture. Time to enjoy the finer things of life. I've conquered the whole continent. Well, let's see what I'm leading at here. World rankings. Gilgamesh is 484. Look how far I'm leading, man. It's like ridiculous.
Maybe the printing press is heavier than the siege weapon.
Domination. Gilgamesh. 2 capitals captured. No one has captured a capital. Montezuma, Aztec Empire, Catherine. So I mean, like, yeah. Religion. Victoria, she'll remain Protestants, huh? Culture, Gilgamesh. Okay. What I don't understand is how come okay. Science. Launch Earth satellite. This looks interesting. Must accomplish 3 major milestones. Launch a satellite, land a human on the moon, establish a Martian colony. Build spaceport.
Wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
So, you're gonna send it tomorrow, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sharp. Cheers. Sorry about that, guys. Housely duties. I always got things to do around the house and shit that needs to be done and everything. I think that's part of everybody's home. Yeah, so that's the thing about living with other people. You gotta like kind of keep the place clean and everything like that, which I can understand, you know. Don't want to be known as a filthy person and all that jazz. So yeah. Other than that, you see, civilization has got a multitude of factors where you can win. So I actually kind of like the fact that you don't really have to always win on a military basis or whatever. You can research as many technologies as you want to, but it will not give you a scientific victory or whatever to the state that it will put you further in the race to accomplishing things. But whether or not you do those things is a you see, whether or not you actually do those things is kind of like, yeah, you know. So it's mainly up to you how you wish to do it in the game, whether you decide to do a religious conquest or whatever. But I seem to be more great at tactics and maneuvering of my troops and all that stuff, which can get kind of boring, you know. Sometimes it is nice to have a second or third option in one to win. So right now I'm ahead in the domination, which I know that nobody will kind of beat me with that. So I kind of do dominations in the first early stages of the game, within the first half of my turns or whatever, and then from there on I just start improving my civilization to the best of my ability. I focus solely on military in the beginning, and then from the beginning, when it comes to midway, I start improving on whatever was needed. I need living space, like Hitler said, so unfortunately if you're in my way, I'll get rid of you easily. So my goal is to get rid of you, and if you are too weak, sorry sucker, you're dead. I just stomp all over the guy until I manage to make my way through anything, and I try and push it to some extent. Yes, it's merciless, but sometimes you gotta be merciless in order to make a civilization. So yeah, I think that's the whole concept of the game. Growth, improve, conquer. Yeah, you see, what actually happens in the game is sometimes having certain amenities in a city can help. Like look at this. An entertainment complex, 24, but a commercial hub is 40, because they realize that the commercial hubs, most cities have got commercial hubs. But once you increase the sewer, that will add to the housing capability. The commercial hub will eventually be able to be manufactured faster, because there will be more people in your city and more of a demand for a commercial hub. So right now you try and manufacture the smaller things first to try and create growth in your city, and then after creating growth you generally see if you can't improve from there on. It'll be smaller things, small stuff, you know. Over a period of time you that's the name of the game. It's just patience, and yes, it might be irritating clicking all the turns and everything like that, but eventually your cities do become more prosperous and manage to, they do become metropolises, if you can say that. Oh, Japan is. Hey, what is going on? England is poking her nose all over the place. She's denounced 2 people. She's causing hell. Britain is causing hell. Yeah, she's causing hell. You're gonna find that some people are gonna start ganging up on her, and they're on the same continent, which I really don't. Right now, I am following the roots of America right now. Separateness, dude. Keep separate from everybody else. Eventually, you'll find the United Nations on my continent, bro, and I'll be solving the politics of the world. Man, I'm just sitting cool. Yeah, you can blame me being a warmonger and everything like that. Eventually, war is gonna be over in my continent, dude, and then I'm gonna just watching you guys preparing for war, killing each other. But just hit me with a nuke, you'll see. Change governments. What governments do we have available? Oh, wary of a return to this government. You see what I told you guys earlier on? They really do not like returning to an older government, and it could cause some anarchy. They prefer consistency. So my government is doing quite well, actually. So honestly, I'm not too phased about anything that's going on with my government and its way of working. It's just that I feel that some of the policies need to be changed, but if no one is attacking me and anything like that, then they can still stay the same way. I am not really worried. Okay, I need more housing. Okay, you need more housing. Alright, but 19 times left until complete. You can wait for that. Other than that, everybody's got food and everything like that. Nationalism, this will allow, cause barely they can lose justify wars. Colonial war, I do not want that. Naval infrastructure, navigation, opera and ballet. That sounds interesting. Yes, let's have some music and ballet inside the place, eh? Come up with some stuff over there, yeah. Temple repair, this will add to the faith. Cool. Send envoy, who can we send to now? Seoul. I've got 2 envoys, can you see that? All my envoys, I've got 4, 6, 4, 4, 4. With Tassa, I've had some envoys with, but let's try and send some envoys to Seoul. Yeah, I think Paris needs to expand up borders a little bit. Let's buy a tile, yeah. But I can't buy that tile, why not? Just gonna have to expand there. 9 turns left, 4 turns left for growth. There is nothing much that I can expand here. Why is that? No. Amboise? Yes, we can buy that one with the apple. Right. Cool. That has left us a little bit broke, but he will get money again, I'm sure. Alright. Where are those builders? Alright, they're almost there. Cool. Most of my cities are actually improving themselves, which is good. And Brussels is having nowhere to go because now I am really on their case. Bold posture. Right, we got a trader. No, I don't want to go to my cities. I want to go to the other cities. Carthage is right here. Leeds is quite far. Carthage. Carthage seems to be doing quite well, so I'll continue to trade with them. To production. Monuments, it'll add to culture, ancient walls, holy site, great person return, campus, real science, encampment, trade route, business, and harbor districts, entertainment complex. Okay, we build a monument. It's cool. Right, we got a builder. Cool. Right, I want you to build improvements over there. We're gonna mine that. Okay, and cool. I'll bring your ass over here, dude. Okay, ancient walls, we do not need that. We're quite fine with the encampments. What we need is seasonal slots. Right. Yeah. Oh, they're building the Oxford University, England. That's nice. This fuzz production gold food. Okay, yeah, so basically there's a lot of food on my territory over here, which is quite good actually, because it means that my population can grow to a certain degree, and I do not want to just harvest resources from the average mines and everything like that and just kill ways of production, because exactly because of this.
Efficiency, quantity, speed.
There we go, we've got coal now. So there's probably coal going to be found all over the place here if I look for it. There's mercury. Iron mines. I'm not kind of seeing any coal around here. There's rice. Oh wow, we can actually see an archaeologist knew that. So there's another one here somewhere. Alright. Okay. Lumber mill, you guys go back there. Yes, now I want you to build improvements on a mine over here. You could be getting gems or whatever out of there. I don't exactly know what this is. Is it mercury? Okay. Chemistry. Flight! Oh, nice. Military science, building, military academy. Cavalry, line infantry. Steam power, ironclad. Let's start with flights. Production. Yeah, we need actually a workshop. Industrial complex. Oh, this is some coal. Where's the coal? I don't see the coal anywhere. Where is the coal? Oh, okay. Oil all over the place. That's good. But where the hell is the coal? You said you found. Okay, never mind about that. Food production, conversational, we'll put in the city. It'll take 50 tons, what the hell? I don't want to turn all the places into a freaking thing. So we'll build a forbidden city and we'll put over the cigarettes here. Oh my word! One day I can build Big Ben. It only requires a bank building. Ancient walls, we do not need ancient walls. Only need a freaking sewer here. Oh man, like, piss off, man. When last I built the army? Oh my word. One day you're happy with me, next day you're not. You know, I hate politics, man. Sorry for every politician that I've told. This is just crazy, man. I'm sorry politicians are being so hard on you guys, man. I think you guys are really trying your best because I'm honestly trying my best and I can't please everyone.
While the Colosseum stands, Rome shall stand.
Oh yeah, Colosseum, Maximus.
Kind of a sign, hey, this is what they see you as. Maybe lean into it. Give me a Caesar swag. All conquering European colonization energy of these
I don't think they also like the fact that I'm trading with everybody over here.
Yeah, kind of look at it.
Yeah. Plus one amenity, entertainment, maintenance 2 gold. What is the time there? 21:23. Okay, so yeah. Guys, I'll tell you one thing about civilization. It's not over until the fat lady sings. There's a lot of things that are generally based on improving your civilization more than just conquering and trying to get the job done. Building a civilization never happens over a period of time, maybe a few hours or whatever, but actually in a civilization, that is why you get turns, because it makes the game kind of interesting when you see people obviously interacting with your empire and making sure that like certain policies are made, and a rough lot of, it's actually also educational at the same time, but I think mainly the education over there is just to make sure that there's no period of boredom, which is kind of what I like about this game, is because the guy Sean Bean has got a nice voice and he does interpret the game very well. for the average newcomer and player. I think even maybe an 8-year-old child, maybe even 6 years old, could try and figure out this game, get the hang of it, probably clock it in a matter of a few days or whatever like that, if it's really a serious game or whatever. But really, I wouldn't expect a child to be like wanting to play this kind of game. It is kind of in-depth, and you also have to have a little bit of knowledge on what you are doing based on your experience of history. Me being a history fanatic, I kind of enjoy these games because not only does it help me learn about certain things, but also keeps my mind kind of interested in almost the strategy part of politics and commercialism, and keeping my interest going by not just reading books and having hearsay over YouTube videos and things like that. Not saying that you shouldn't be watching YouTube videos, it's just that it's nice to look at something other than a book to read when you actually are playing a part of actual history that was written down in Civilizations of Mankind. So in that regard, I actually think that Civilization is really an educational game, and I feel that really they've done their job quite well. And yes, fine, the buildings might look a bit like weird, your units might be a bit larger than what they are supposed to be, regarding, like, you know, the roads and everything. Roads are tiny and the units are large, but that's not the whole object of the game. The object of the game is there to make sure that you can strategize, build up your economy, make sure that you're living a more or less stable kind of, let me put it this way, stable kind of civilization, and trying to have the best goal of fun that you can. The nice thing also is that you don't have to play by the book the whole time with history. You don't get certain things like that unless you are going to play an actual campaign that is based on time-based history, whether it would be, say for instance, in the previous historical civilizations of Hitler, or anybody like Alexander the Great, or name a guy, Julius Caesar, or the Great Egyptian Empire or Babylonian Empire. It's not to that extent. It is actually just based on having fun, you rewriting history in the way you think it is, because you could actually find that Egypt, or even a civilization that is long time gone, could actually end up winning the space race, which is quite remarkable. You could actually start finding that in Russia you could build West Point or something like that. I know that sounds totally absurd, but it is really giving you a chance to use history and chop and change what you kind of feel it should have been, which obviously is not exactly a reality, but that's the whole fun of it. I think everybody is tired of being conditioned and shown what to do, and Civilization is just that type of game where, yeah, if I research it faster than your ass, then I can probably win the game and speedily raise my empire greater than what it was. Especially if you've got some national pride to your country, you can actually do something like that. So really, I encourage a lot of people to play Civilization. Give it a shot. Yeah, it might not be the fancy of everybody because it does do a lot of slow turns, getting used to with time and everything like that, you know. But at the end of the day, if you are someone that is a bit adventurous and are looking for some sort of action that is not too much action, but also will create a chance for you to think and utilize your brain, and if you are aware of certain politics and things like that going on, whether technology wise or whatever, you can really have an excellent time. I really think, like what we call in South Africa, a hell of a jaw playing this game. So I'm telling you right now, give it a shot, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and we can see what else we can do. Next video, I'm gonna see if I can't start upgrading my naval units and all sorts of things to try and go on to the next continent. But I think for now, probably one more video of trying to do some improvements. I'm gonna try and make it a bit faster and cut a lot of stuff out. But once I start building up my navy and start taking the battle to the seas, I will start showing you guys how to do blockades of certain city ports and things like that to starve an enemy out, so that I can put the final crushing blow on an empire that is on the other side of the world. So yeah, cheers guys, hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and we'll see you later. Ciao ciao.